Meghan Markle thought she'd finally cracked the code to her next big comeback, a luxury raspberry jam brand called as Ever, a small batch, organic, pastel-labeled dream that sold out in minutes. It was supposed to be her reinvention, clean, wellness-focused, and far from the royal chaos, but one single bite changed everything. Enter Gordon Ramsay, the world-renowned chef with a no-filter attitude and a taste for truth. What happened next didn't just destroy a product, it shattered an entire image, the launch that looked like a win. After months of subtle teases and soft promotions, Meghan Markle officially launched her boutique food brand as Ever with its flagship product, a raspberry jam. The launch was designed to feel exclusive, polished, and perfectly aligned with Meghan's evolving image, one that leans into wellness, simplicity, and premium living, with carefully chosen phrases like organic, handcrafted, and farm to table. Her team painted the picture of a thoughtful entrepreneur embracing a clean, wholesome lifestyle. The jam's packaging was equally curated. Wrapped in soft pastel tones with minimalist fonts and calming aesthetics, the branding spoke directly to upscale buyers who value image just as much as they value quality. It wasn't just jam, it was marketed as an experience, a symbol of refined taste, and an extension of Meghan's personal journey post-royal life. Only about 50 to 60 jars were made available during the first release, and they reportedly sold out within 45 minutes. The media quickly picked it up, painting it as a sign of demand and public approval. Meghan's supporters framed it as a huge win, but critics began to question the strategy. Was it really a success driven by market demand, or was it simply a manufactured sellout based on low supply? Sources close to the launch whispered that many of the jars were quietly sent to friends and acquaintances. Some even suggested that the initial sales numbers were carefully managed to create the illusion of overwhelming popularity. But with all the media buzz, it didn't matter. For a brief moment, Meghan appeared to have reinvented herself once again. Gordon Ramsay steps in. Everything changed during a seemingly normal afternoon at a high-end restaurant in Los Angeles. Meghan's raspberry jam had made its way onto the menu as part of a select tasting, offered to patrons with fresh scones as a quiet promotion for the product's luxury appeal. Among the diners that day was none other than Gordon Ramsay, one of the most respected and outspoken culinary figures in the world. As Ramsay sat down and was served a scone topped with Meghan's jam, no one expected what would follow. Took a bite, paused briefly, then pushed the plate away with visible frustration. What he said next stunned the entire room. In a voice loud enough for nearby tables to hear, Ramsay stated that the spread was an insult to fruit and described it as something that didn't belong on any high-end table. His reaction was not exaggerated or theatrical. It was raw, unfiltered, and deeply honest. Guests nearby described the energy shift in the room as immediate. Conversation stopped. Forks were set down. Ramsay's critique wasn't just about flavor, it was a blunt dismissal of everything the brand claimed to stand for. He later went on to criticize the jam's texture, calling it unpleasant and overly processed. The flavor, he added, was nothing close to what you'd expect from a product marketed as artisanal. According to those who witnessed the moment, Ramsay's tone made it clear this wasn't just a bad dish. It was a reflection of poor craftsmanship wrapped in glossy marketing. What made the moment even more impactful was where it happened. This wasn't a private kitchen or an anonymous review, it unfolded publicly, in front of influencers, regular diners, and insiders who wasted no time sharing their experience online. In the span of a few minutes, Meghan's jam went from a promising luxury product to the subject of ridicule, and the damage was only just beginning. The fallout begins immediately. The restaurant went from elegant calm to awkward silence within moments of Gordon Ramsay's outburst. Diners who had already been served Meghan's jam on their plates started shifting in their seats. Some exchanged uneasy glances. Others began subtly sliding their plates away from view. According to one guest, a person at the next table whispered he didn't even swallow it, referring to Ramsay's sharp reaction. One diner reportedly called over a server to ask whether they could replace the dish with something else, without the jam. It was clear the mood had changed. What was meant to be a casual tasting turned into an unexpected crisis. Staff at the restaurant were caught off guard, unsure how to respond, as Ramsay continued to critique the product in front of a full room. Eyewitnesses say Ramsay didn't stop at taste alone. He called out the spread's artificial flavor, likening it to something that didn't belong on a luxury menu. He criticized the consistency, saying it lacked the smoothness and freshness that customers expect from a high-quality fruit product. His tone was direct, but not theatrical, just brutally sincere, and sincerity, especially from someone like Ramsay, carries weight. The critique wasn't just about one jar of jam, it was about the credibility of the brand, the effort behind the launch, and the message that was being sent to the public. People who had initially been excited to try Megan's product were suddenly second-guessing everything, from the ingredients to the intent behind the brand. A viral explosion. What happened inside that restaurant didn't stay there for long. Within hours, footage of Ramsay's reaction began circulating online. A short clip of him pushing away the plate and making his remarks quickly gained traction, drawing in millions of views on social media platforms. By the end of the day, hashtags like #JamGade, #Ramsay vs Meghan, and #spread the truth were trending. Users across platforms started posting reactions, jokes, and memes that turned a simple tasting into a digital frenzy. Some praised Ramsay for speaking up, while others were shocked that such a small product had ignited such a large response. One viral post read, "Gordon Ramsay just said what we've all been thinking. Overpriced branding doesn't equal quality." Another user wrote that jam didn't stand a chance against someone with real taste. The internet wasn't just reacting, it was taking sides, with a growing chorus questioning the entire foundation of the as-ever brand. As the clip spread further, food bloggers, culinary influencers, and critics joined the conversation. What could have been a quiet misstep suddenly became a headline across entertainment and food news outlets. Instead of launching her brand with a wave of praise, Meghan found herself at the center of an online storm, one that showed no signs of slowing down. The moment that was supposed to elevate her brand had instead triggered a massive backlash, and the impact extended far beyond the dining table. It reached living rooms, smartphones, and news feeds around the world. Meghan's team in panic mode. As soon as Gordon Ramsay's reaction hit social media, Meghan's PR team rushed to contain the fallout. They reportedly contacted the restaurant, asking them to remove the jam from the menu and remain silent about the incident. But it was already too late. The clip had gone viral, and the backlash had begun. In an attempt to shift the narrative, Meghan's team suggested the jam may have been stored improperly, but that explanation didn't hold up. Chefs familiar with the situation dismissed the excuse, saying poor storage doesn't explain bad texture and strange flavor. One food critic tweeted, "You can't blame the fridge for a failed recipe." The restaurant quietly pulled the jam from its offerings, and insiders confirmed they have no plans to bring it back. What started as a soft launch had become a full-blown crisis, with the damage now public and irreversible. Industry experts join in. With the controversy spreading, chefs and food critics quickly weighed in. Some defended Ramsay's honesty, while others echoed his critique. Renowned chef Thomas Keller reportedly joked, "If that's premium jam, ketchup must be luxury." Many professionals pointed out that celebrity food brands often focus more on packaging than real quality. In this case, they said the branding overshadowed the product. Ramsay's reaction gave others permission to speak up, and several admitted they too had been unimpressed, but stayed quiet until now. For those in the culinary world, this wasn't just about jam. It was about standards, trust, and the difference between authentic food and celebrity marketing. Ramsay didn't just critique a spread, he sparked a wider conversation the industry had been waiting to have. The royal family reacts. News of Ramsay's harsh review didn't just stay in foodie circles, they see it as karma. After years of public friction, the irony of Meghan's prod scenes. For those close to the palace, the jam debacle wasn't just about food. It was another reminder of the distance Meghan had created from royal life and how difficult it might be to walk that path back. A crumbling image. Meghan's jam wasn't just another product. It was supposed to mark a new chapter. Her brand, as ever, was carefully designed to reflect wellness, authenticity, and simplicity. But Ramsay's blunt reaction shattered that image in seconds. When he said he'd rather eat from a bin than try it again, it sent a clear message. Glossy labels and royal associations can't cover up poor quality, and for someone trying to build trust as an entrepreneur, that's a serious blow. Critics argued that this is part of a pattern, projects that start strong but struggle to deliver. The jam wasn't just a misstep, it symbolized a deeper issue, with how Meghan's public brand continues to miss the mark. Cracks in every reinvention. Meghan's journey has included many titles: actress, duchess, podcast host, and now food entrepreneur. But every chapter seems to end the same way, under scrutiny and collapsing in the court of public opinion. Ramsay's outburst didn't just hurt one product, it exposed a pattern. One critic summed it up: you can't keep selling a name without real value behind it. Even stockists are now reportedly reconsidering carrying as ever products at all. And any dreams of cookbooks or culinary partnerships now on ice. The bite that burned it all down. This wasn't a tabloid scandal. It wasn't a gossip column. It was one bite from a world-class chef who said what others might have been too polite to say. And with that, Meghans' as ever brand was dealt its most devastating reality check. No influencer campaign, no Instagram post, no soft focus promo video can erase Gordon Ramsay's review. Unfit for a dog's breakfast. In a world filled with glossy branding and curated identities, this moment reminded everyone, quality still matters. Meghan can keep chasing reinvention, but until there's real substance behind the sparkle, critics and the public won't be fooled. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Ramsay was too harsh? Or was he simply saying what others wouldn't? And do you believe Meghan's brand can recover from this? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more content like this.